Que pasa, amigos? My name is Ash, and today I want to talk about what I believe the community wants and needs from Titanfall 3. Titanfall 3 has been back in the news lately, with Respawn and EA confirming the game is back in the minds of the developers, saying the final addition to the trilogy will be coming sometime soon down the road, and that the development will take about another 1 to 2 years. And with a Titanfall release very possibly coming in late 2021 or spring of 2022, I wanted to bring the game back up into the gaming discussion, as the franchise has been one of my favorites from the last 10 years. Releasing back in 2016 to some of the stiffest competition the FPS world has ever known, Titanfall 2 didn't quite take off as many thought it might. Sandwiched between the likes of Battlefield 1, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and Gears of War 4, Titanfall was unfairly overlooked by much of the gaming world, selling a measly 4 million copies to the 15 million Battlefield 1 sold. However, this disappointing start would ultimately launch Titanfall 2 to a cult level of success. Players like myself and my friend group were absolutely addicted to the sci-fi shooter for nearly 2 years. Needless to say, we are eagerly anticipating a third installment in the series, and we've got our own opinions on what the game could and should look like. With Titanfall improving its game exponentially from the first to the second title, I thought the advancement of the series was extremely important for the success of the third game. And with that, let's jump right into what I want to see out of a future Titanfall title. With Titanfall 3 releasing at least a full year into the next generation of consoles, we need to see the game really take advantage of that newfound power and efficiency. Respawn is an amazing developer backed by a very powerful publisher in EA, so I think this will be one of the wishes that I can guarantee will be granted. So what we really need is for Titanfall 3 to really utilize this extra power by maxing out the graphical capabilities of their game and engine, while also creating a kick-ass set of physics that will let the game play as smoothly as possible. Titanfall 3 is very much reliant and built upon its fluid and fast-paced movement. The wall running, double jumping, and so on really sets the game apart from other titles, and their ability to create near flawless maneuverability and action was key to making the game as good as it was, making this pillar extremely important, as this will yet again be the foundation of all of the other features the game will support. And before we keep going, I just want to address the elephant in the room: a battle royale. I can with almost 100% certainty say there will not be a full-scale Titanfall battle royale. The main reason for this is it already exists. Apex Legends takes place in the Titanfall universe, and I don't really see a world where a Titans-only BR will be implemented. At the very most, there will be some sort of free-for-all, last-man-standing game type, but the way battle royales play out with the loot system, giant maps, and player counts, I just don't see it working out well for a Titanfall game. With that out of the way, what other wishes does the community have for the Titanfall genie? For starters, I think one of the biggest upgrades the Titanfall series could make is adding in destructive environments. While I don't believe full battlefield level destruction would work very well, some degree of destruction would really emphasize the power and chaos this game provides. Buildings that could partially or fully collapse, walls that could be blown open, among hundreds of other possibilities, would add a beautiful element to this already gorgeous sci-fi world. The destruction feature could even be used to give those with map knowledge an edge, as they will know and make use of a particular destructive area that may provide additional cover or even a maneuver advantage. Secret pathways, pieces of cover, or flanks could even be hidden behind destructibles that could add yet another element of depth to the game's warfare. A destructive environment could even lend itself to natural traps players could utilize. Whether it be a precariously placed boulder or metal crate, a Titan could loosen the object with a well-placed shot, dropping the object on another Titan, dealing significant damage. As you can tell by my ramblings, realistic destructive environments could add so much value to a Titanfall game, if done correctly, of course. And honestly, this may be on the top of my personal wish list. Also near the top of that list is the return of the Titanfall campaign. While the first game had no such story, the Titanfall 2 campaign was purely brilliant in my opinion. The way the story interweaved pilot and Titan gameplay while showing off various weapons, abilities, and mechanics was an amazing blend that was fun and engaging as hell. A brand new next-gen Titanfall campaign would be so freaking good, and I really hope they find time to put together yet another kick-ass story. But anyway, moving on, we now look at the Titan, perk, and weapon system within Titanfall 2, which I honestly feel was extremely well done. Each gun had a series of attachments the player could pick and choose from for pilot to pilot battles, while Titans had a series of classes that defined a Titan's armor level, defensive and offensive weapons and abilities. Each weapon and tool for that Titan had a few perks to choose from that upgraded them for your preference or specific game mode, map, or situation. For this game to really expand out and add a ton of depth and replayability, I think we need a deeper perk and customization pool. With that being said, I think it will be best for Titanfall 3 to carry over that exact Titan class system, meaning each Titan class locks you into using a specific weapon, defensive tool, and Titan chassis. However, if the balancing can be done correctly, a chance to break this mold by having the player completely build their own Titan would be insanely cool. Allowing us to be able to break this precedent with a unique Titan class would lend itself to an endless amount of trial and error combinations, which in my opinion would be a hell of a lot of fun testing different weapon and defensive combos. But again, keeping the old Titan class system while also giving us a chance at complete artistic freedom will be an extreme challenge, but if done correctly could really push the game into the next level. And while I do love this Titan class system, I believe the new game needs an overhaul to how each player can upgrade and customize each Titan. The perk system in Titanfall 2 wasn't horribly shallow, however an expansion of this system will give players a greater ability to personalize their Titans to how they see fit, while also emphasizing the dedicated use of a specific Titan, as the more a Titan leveled up, the stronger the perk potential will be. And this will lead us directly into the next thing we need from Titanfall 3, and that is a better progression system. Once players played the game for a decent amount of time, the level and progression system was essentially pointless. While players could earn credits to unlock camos and skins for their pilots, Titans, and weapons, the entire system wasn't very enticing after a certain point. Most players I know didn't even care to unlock camos, while others just unlocked the ones they enjoyed and neglected the entire monetary system after that point. A reason to grind and level up within the game would keep players engaged and enticed to further level up and earn in-game credits. Speaking of keeping players engaged, the absolute best way to keep people interested in a game is to consistently update and add content, and unfortunately this is the opposite of how Titanfall 2 was handled. Maybe it was because Respawn thought the game flopped and no one would care to play well past launch, but whatever the reason, this will surely not be the case with a next-gen Titanfall 3. So what we really need is for Respawn to treat the game like their little baby. Give us tons of post-launch content, including brand new maps, Titans, weapons, balancing adjustments, and most importantly, a battle pass. This will not only generate additional income for Respawn, but it will solve the lack of content issue as well as the lack of reasons to continue leveling up. Adding new content to a game is often the difference between a game having long-term success or fading into the background of the gaming universe. One of the major lack of content issues many players had with Titanfall 2 was the fact they only added a single new Titan, which came well after launch. Even though the core Titan gameplay was strong, a new content drop like additional Titans would have been a crucial step towards the game's long-term success. If Titanfall 3 is to grab and maintain a massive audience, they need to have a roadmap ready for the community to look forward to, including new maps, Titan classes, weapons, and more that will keep fans of the series more than happy. Moving on to another addition I'd like to see make its way into Titanfall 3, we now take a look at the expansion of the Frontier Defense game type. My friend group absolutely loved Frontier Defense, however the game mode did become a bit stale as the maps became repetitive and almost boring at times. The difficulty system was a bit broken as only one map hosted the master level difficulty at a time. Now I'm not saying they necessarily need to make Frontier into its own fully formed game mode, however a bit more love for this game type would be nice. The independent Titan leveling system was brilliant, so definitely bring that back, but adding one or even two unique Frontier Defense maps would be greatly appreciated, while also updating the enemy types, level layouts, enemy spawns, and so on would go a long way in shaking up the game type and making it feel fresh. So those are the major items on my wish list for a future Titanfall 3 title. While I could nitpick and add 1,000 other smaller details I'd like to see changed or brought back, I thought my list would provide us with a hell of a game. Anyway, that will do it for this video. Make sure you hit like, click or tap that subscribe button to become the heart of this gaming channel, and be a part of the conversation in the comments below by telling me what you would put on your Titanfall 3 wishlist. And for more gaming analysis, news, reviews, and opinions, stay here on Ash Heart. And as always, thanks for watching.